26 total saves, a .464 save percentage. But as a starter, he is 0-2. Shot on the way, and careened off of a foot, it appeared. Shot by Garrett Sadler, and defended by Anthony Malik, the goalkeeper. Malik on the other side. He has started 11 games. He's logged 595 minutes. He's allowed 128 goals. On average, nearly 13 per. 105 saves, a 45.1 save percentage. He is 3-8. One of three goalies that has seen time for Coker. Valenza, one of three goalies that has seen time for Queens. Sadler rips another shot, and it sails wide left. Losses in the most recent games for Queens at Tusculum, 12-9. A Tusculum team that I think at the time was somewhat under the radar, but no surprises anymore from the Pioneers. They are ranked in the top 20. At Lenoir-Rhyne, the preseason favorite in the South Atlantic Conference, and the team that has had the most success all season long at number 7 in the country, 17-8 in the loss. And then the defeat down in Gaffney by 14 goals to Limestone, number 1 in the country. Pass thrown across is nearly intercepted. Coker does come up with it. And with the ball and a stick on the move, it's Cole Theodoropoulos. Now a shot is fired and a goal. Patrick Timothy. And Coker takes a 1-0 lead. Timothy, the unassisted goal. He's a senior, 6 feet tall, out of Plantation, Florida. Third leading scorer on this Coker team. Now 9 total goals on the season and 10 total points. Page, another win. The last Queens victory came against number 15 Wingate. You could call it somewhat of an upset at the time. They won it 9-8. A game that literally came down to the final shot. Wingate had the ball, took one last shot on the cage as time expired, and Queens came away victorious. If it wasn't for a performance and double-digit face-off victories from Jonathan Page that day, probably never happens. That came back on March 29th. Have not won in a couple of weeks, but the Royals have not lost on this field this year. They are 4-0 overall, but on the road 2-6. Thrown across, intended for Mike Bonnerbo, just on. Turnover and Coker with it. 5 minutes off the clock in the first of 4 15-minute quarters today here in South Charlotte. Valenza scoops it up, shot wide of the cage. And now Valenza will feed it ahead. Here's Steven Swift. He dodges and is angled away. Nick Sawyer. Around to Steckmiller. A long stick midi and a defender, but as Chris Kivlin puts it, he hunts goals. In fact, I think all 3 members of the coaching staff have used that phrase to describe Griffin Steckmiller, leading scorer amongst long poles this season for this Queens team. And a shot hits the pipe. via the grasp of Stephen Swift. A 1-0 Coker lead on the goal from Patrick Timothy. Shots 3-3 in the early going. Ground balls 4-1 in favor of Queens. Face-offs 1, Queens 2 of 2. And another ground ball taken by Bradley Lucas, the 6'4" senior defender from Winter Springs, Florida. Laszlo Henning applies pressure, but Coker out and running. Kilgore behind. For Riley Marsh. Now it works up top. Here's the goal scorer, Timothy. Fitting Denton Wilkes on the run. Pass a bit behind him. Queens defense with it. But Jack Coleman is spun down. And now some verbal jargon and pushing and shoving after the whistle. Sun begins to peer through the clouds on a partly cloudy 75-plus degree day here in Charlotte. A slight breeze, somewhat of a lazy afternoon. Tim Dixon, who's sweating like crazy to my left, gives a wry smile. Now the race to sub. Timothy on the run. Another shot and another goal. Patrick Timothy. Last time went upstairs. This time goes low. He has both goals so far today, and Coker leads it 2-0 with just over 7 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
Goal scored by number 6, Patrick Timothy. Assist goes to number 22.
10 goals now on the season for Timothy. Riley Marsh picks up the assist, his 7th and 21st total point. And Chris Kivlin needs a timeout. Coker already celebrating on the field here at Dixon Field.
Timeout on the field.
A Coker team with just one win in conference play. Came over Brevard on March 11th. Is out to the early 2-0 lead.
For the latest scores, updates, and more. You like us at Facebook.com/QueensRoyals. You can follow us on Twitter @QueensFM.
I don't think the importance of this game for Queens can be understated. The Royals, who at one point competed along with Lenoir-Rhyne atop the South Atlantic Conference standings earlier in the season before the 3-game skid, 2 in a row in conference play, have fallen down currently into a tie for the 4 spot. Top 6 will make the conference tournament. Top 2 of first round bye. 3 and 4 will host a first round quarterfinal game. Queens almost certainly assured of making the conference postseason tournament. Lincoln Memorial at 3 and 3 bolsters the bottom of that 6-team group. Mars Hill, Coker, Brevard each have one loss in conference play, but a game like this, you slip up and all of a sudden that becomes an uncertainty. And they are fighting as Steckmiller winds and fires, and Malik makes the save. They are fighting for positioning, hoping to host a first-round game on that Tuesday, April 25th. if at this point they can't achieve a first-round bye. You imagine with 6 losses that the NCAA tournament is out of reach, but you just never know. And if you can salvage this midseason drought by competing for a conference title, that would be ideal. In Chris Kivlin's first season at the helm here in Charlotte, former assistant at Cornell. He's been in lacrosse coaching for a while and trying his hand here in the D2 ranks in the South Atlantic Conference at Queens. Nearing 6 minutes left to go. Quarter number 1. Bounce shot, a high hop. And a save is made on the shot from Tim Wright. Well done by Valenza to stay with it. And now Valenza had his stick knocked free and is forced to hustle back on defense. It's out to Coker. Turns, fires, Garrett Kilgore scores it. 3-0 Coker. 16th goal on the season for Kilgore, 18th total point. And this is exactly how Coker had this one drawn up. Probably not, to be honest. Page has now won all 4 faceoffs. Can they get a shot away? Swick thought about it. Now a bounce shot from Steckmiller, and it's wide. Shot 6-4 in favor of Coker so far. I think this kind of emblematic of Queens' season offensively. As you dig deeper into some of the numbers, 9.75 goals per game is 7th best of 9 in the South Atlantic Conference this year. They're 5th best with 9.43 goals per, so about 9.5 per on average in conference play. Yet they take the most shots, 306 total shots on the year. That's number 1. 306 total shots in conference play. 177 of those on goal is 2nd best in conference play. And their shot percentage is under 25%. Overall on the year, 8th of 9 in the league. You wonder if it's shot selection, the ability to execute, whatever it may be. Swick tees it up, thinks about it, feeds it off, and a goal. It's Nick Sawyer. And finally, Queens is on the board at the 4:15 mark of the first quarter.
Royals goal scored by number 6 Sawyer. Assist goes to number 1 Justin Swick.
Swick the assist, his 8th on the season, 34th total point. That leads the team. For Nick Sawyer, his 5th goal and 5th point. Page is 5 for 5 at center. The race to exchange the troops as Nick Carlson is shoved down. Swick goes down as well. Carlson took the brunt of a blow from behind, but no whistle blows. Now Garrett Sadler twists and turns in. He gets dispossessed. Carlson leads the chase after it and picks it up. Justin Swick, team's leading goal scorer, 5th best in the league this season, 27 total. Can he get going? After a sluggish start that finds Queens down 3-1, unexpectedly. Carlson dances forward. Can't cut one loose. Now Henning bounces inadvertently for Reed Murphy. Murphy able to corral it. Now Murphy tries to turn the corner. Flips one across. Pass inside for Henning. A little cut back. Lost the handle. Scooped back up by Carlson. Down low for Swick. Pretty feed. Carlson to Swick. 27th on the season. Back-to-back scores for the Royals. 2:35 left in the first. It's a 3-2 game.
Royals goal scored by number 1, Justin Swick. Assist goes to number 7, Nick Carlson.
Okay, Royals! Here we go, Jack!
Seventh assist on the season for Nick Carlson. Page shovels it over. Jimmy Haney in there. And that's another face-off win for Queens. Now Coker on the run with it. Charles Stafford. Magro able to back it up. Vinny Magro, the freshman, their leading scorer. 17 goals, 10 assists. Coker as a team this year, 9th in the league in goals per game, under 8 on average. 9th in total shots, and shots on goal, and shots on goal percentage. Statistically, last in the league in just about every offensive category that you can put your finger on. Thrown through. Oh, Valenza sliding over, plucks it off the turf. Able to deny the shot of Garrett Kilgore, hunting a second goal. Nearing 1 minute left to go, opening quarter of action. It was a decisive win for the women against Coker on this field earlier on Senior Day. 17-10 the final score in a matchup of the top 2 teams in the South Atlantic Conference. Claire Gang's women's team has won 8 consecutive games. They celebrated Senior Day. Queens will hold that off till next Saturday, the 22nd, against Mount Olive. Left-handed shot thrown wide by Carlson. Maybe one last shot before the end of the quarter. 15 seconds to go. Reed Murphy dodges, fires back for Carlson, bounces, and scores. And for Nick Carlson, that is the first goal of the year for the senior. His 8th total point. 3 consecutive tallies by Queens has closed a once 3-0 hole. 7 seconds left to go. We're tied at 3 here in the first quarter. Yeah, the official tumbles down. Maybe one last shot on the way. Nope, no horn sounds. 3-3. Queens carries all the momentum into the break at the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter between Coker College and Queens. We are tied at 3.
Back at Dixon Field. Phil Constantino here with you. Crowd has thinned a bit from the spectacle, I guess, that was the Senior Day festivities. Girls went hard, not going to lie. Parents from all over the country were here. Flowers and Senior Day T-shirts with all the seniors, the 7 of them, their nicknames on the back of it. If only the men can top that next Saturday. I'll be interested to see, but still a very good crowd on hand. Several members of that women's lacrosse team is hanging around, lining the fence just underneath your picture there. There they are. You can count the backpacks. Sadler nearly lost it. Swiped at by Cole Theodoropoulos. Brilliantly named out of Orlando, Florida. And now flags fly and some vicious whacks of the stick after the whistle. And I think the infraction will go against the Royals. And that is the case. On Nick Rosari, who will kneel down in the penalty area. Rosari, the 6'1 sophomore, a defender from Charlotte, North Carolina. Nearby Charlotte Catholic. It's 1 minute in the area for slashing. So Rosari is off. Coker goes man up. And a turnover. Brooks Long just lost it out of his stick. And Bellamy gives it right back. Long winds a shot. Sidearm. And Anthony Valenza, the goalkeeper, chasing after it, wins the battle. Just 4 seconds left on the penalty to Rosari. And it expires. And Steckmiller will turn upfield. Taking the long feed from Valenza. Wide open on the doorstep. And an easy finish for Swick. Good feed. Steckmiller to Henning to Swick. With numbers in transition. It's 4 straight goals for Queens. And finally the Royals are on top for the first time today.
Royals goal scored by number 1, Justin Swick, assisted by number 47, Laszlo Henning.
Now, I love our man Woj, the public address announcer, but that voice that just announced the goal, if you picked it up in our crowd mic at all, was most definitely not Woj. Wojciechowicz. Shot sails wide from Steckmiller. Woj, kind of like us, Tim. Just kind of vultures every game that he can work. Tim Dixon is here to my left. The whole crew on hand. TJ Spry, Nate Webb, Drew Carlson on the cameras. Bounce shot from Sawyer. Pops into the stick of Swick. Swick backpedals. Check that. Von Erbo backpedals. Twist in. Somehow keeps it in his stick and finishes. Oh, what a pretty move. The sophomore attacker, 5'11", 190 pounds, out of Sewell, New Jersey. Has himself a little cheering section in the bleachers here. Well, Von Erbo gets his announcement over the public address system. His first point of the season with 11:29 to go in the second quarter. And Woj is still missing from the press box. We will have to contact the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers and get this one straightened out. Woj never misses a game. Page an unblemished mark at the face-off X. AJ Curtis on the charge, back for Henning. A touch and a score. 6 in a row for Queens.
Royals goal scored by number 47, Laszlo Henning. Assisted by number 40, AJ Curtis.
Well, Laszlo Henning, the goal. Number 8 on the season for Henning. AJ Curtis, the assist, his second, 5th total point. Timeout on the field.
Timeout.
Time for us to go find Woj. 11:13 left to go in the second quarter, and Queens leads it 6-3. Six consecutive goals after Coker opened with a 3-0 lead. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. They had that advantage, and Queens has taken it away and then some. And Griffin Steckmiller trying to take the ball from Charles Stafford. Sprinting ahead. Pass into traffic. Bounces free, and Coker still on it. Riley Marsh behind Tavinny Magro, team's leading goal scorer. And Denton Wilkes stripped for a second. Help defense provided by Zach Brousseau. Brousseau comes up with a loose ball. Ground balls in the early going dominated by Queens. Shot from Swick off the bar and bounces into the corner. Ground balls 20-5. Out to Steckmiller, backing in. Guarded tightly by Deshaun Ormond. Now Curtis has it jarred loose, scooped up by Coker. Ground ball number 6 for the Cobras. Swick pushes Timothy out of bounds. Well done. Tyreek Harris comes on for the first time for Queens. So does Eric Fitz. Fitz wears 88 up top near the restraining line. Harris on the near side of your screen. Tommy De Silva as well with it. Here is Harris, out of Oceanside, New York, Long Island product. Gets ripped down. And on the run goes Deshaun Ormond. Ormond runs past Fitz. Fires a shot. And wide left. And a goal is scored. Vinny Magro's first of the game. Puts an end to the 6-0 Queens run. Just slips it in the right side. Past the stick of Valenza.
Cobra's goal scored by number 9, Vinny Magro.
Well, Woj has returned, if you heard it there. I've received word that he was on the phone. Hashtag D2 problems. Well done, Woj. Page. Can he get another? Huge hit. Huge hit provided by Duncan Smith. And Duncan Smith will scoop it up himself. Here is Smith with it. Feeds Garrett Sadler on the run. Rips one off the bar. All Bellamy can do is push it forward to stay on sides. Close to a ward-off for Sadler, no call. Now Reed Murphy. Murphy feeds inside. No flag on the contact to the back of Duncan Smith. Bounce shot. Hurdles up over the crossbar. And Coker wins the chase. So a couple of missed opportunities for Sadler, Reed Murphy as well, and Duncan Smith. An awkward-looking shot from Vinny Magro. Not sure what he intended. Just sort of hoisted one high in the air. Save made on the shot from Sawyer by Malik. Good outlet pass. On the run goes Ormond. Shot probably would have went high. Now Ormond zigzags his way. Shouldered down. Valenza goes after it, takes it himself, and dangerously frees the ball. And a one-handed catch by Sawyer. Steckmiller. Sawyer inside Henning. Shot fake. Now shoots it off the stick and in. Nearly a save, but a goal instead.
Goal scored by number 47, Laszlo Henning. Assist goes to number 6, Nick Sawyer.
The voice of Matt Wojciechowicz with the announcement. Smith saves it from going out. Man, to think Queens once trailed this game 3-0, then scored 6 straight goals. And 5 goals, the largest the lead has been. Duncan Smith finds the back of the cage.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 5, Duncan Smith.
Steckmiller helps Page on the face-off win. Launched out toward the middle of the field. Here goes Eric Fitz. And Eric Fitz scores. Not the most velocity on the shot, but in a tough spot. Vic for Malik. And a 6-goal lead.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 88.
4 straight scored
Unassisted goal.
by the Royals. 5th of the year for Eric Fitz. 5th total point as well. Under 2 minutes to go in the half.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 1, Justin Swick. Assist goes to number 40, AJ Curtis.
3rd of the day for Justin Swick. That's now 29 goals on the season. AJ Curtis, the assist, and his 2nd assist of the year. Check that, 3rd on the year for Curtis. He has 2 in this game. And this time, a save is made. There's a new netminder between the pipes. And it's Travis Pereira. Malik has been pulled. Less than 1/2 into the action today.
Timeout.
1 minute and 12 seconds left in the half. Timeout, Coker.
Fans, don't forget to check out our loyalty app. You can find it in the Google Play and Apple stores. Just search Queens Athletics and start earning your points today. for attending Queens events.
Back in Charlotte, well, not only has Coker made a move in goal and brought on Travis Pereira, 12 goals against, 11.8 GAA, 14 saves, 538 save percentage, and has not factored into the decisions. They also do have Austin Kelly, who's a left-handed goalkeeper and has made one appearance of 4 minutes, warming up on the sideline, facing some soft shots from his teammates. And I guess the day for Anthony Malik is over as a stave is made on the doorstep by Pereira. Just sort of shadowed a man and stopped the ball. 30 seconds left in the first half of play. Marsh rides a man in, stumbles down. Patrick Timothy feeds it off. Tim Wright can't pull the trigger. Thought about it. Pass across, deflected by Steckmiller, but Marsh comes up with it. Low shot by Hediger. Lucas Hediger just on the attacker, a sophomore, 6'1" from Simpsonville, South Carolina. And after one last charge, Queens stops it, and it's an 11-4 Royals lead as they head to the locker room here at the Queens Sports Complex. Stay with us for a 10-minute halftime break. We're back with half number 2 in a few moments. Half number 2 is underway from Dixon Field. Phil Constantino back with you. The wind blowing our papers a little bit. It's gusted at times and then dissipated. Well, Queens leads at 11-4. 7 goals, the largest the lead has been. And, well, make it 8. Right on cue. Just over 30 seconds in.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 41, Griffin Steckmiller.
Griffin Steckmiller scores. Recap some of the first half scoring as Garrett Stadler picks up the assist. Queens has scored the last 6 goals, including the final 5 of quarter number 2. Trailed 3-0 early. Since, Queens has scored 12 of the last 13 goals in the game. Shots 29-15. 3 saves made by Anthony Valenza in the cage, who has not been tested all that much. 32-8 go ground balls in favor of Queens. Jonathan Page has led the charge at the faceoff X. 16 of 18 faceoffs won by the Royals. They've cleared successfully 10 of 11 times. Both sides 0 for 1 on the man up. Each side has also taken 1 penalty. And there you have it. Queens in the midst of a 3-game skid. Four and 3 in conference play. Tied with Catawba in 4th place. To think just 3 games ago they had sole possession of 2nd after a big upset win 9-8 over number 15 Wingate on this field. 6-6 overall on the year and looking to make it 5-3, 7-6 back in front of 500 as a shot caroms off the crossbar high in the air and into the stick of Travis Pereira, who's on in relief duty of the starting goalkeeper Anthony Malik, who was pulled after 11 goals scored. The race for personnel to get onside. And Coker will mount its first sustained offensive attack. That isn't sustained all that long. This is Jackson Hall with the ball. Spoke with his parents before the game, in attendance for the first time. Usually avid watchers of the stream. They've made the trip down from Sharon, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. Smith angled away. Off for Swick. Throws one across. Nice one-handed catch made by Smith. Bonerbo, his first goal of the season earlier today. And the timer is put on. The old stall warning against Queens. Bonerbo goes left. Timer down to 20 seconds. Swick through for Henning and plucked off the turf by Pereira. There's a shot given to the midsection of Deshaun Ormond. He holds his chest as he runs through center, feeds it off to Kilgore, and Kilgore scores again. First one of the second half, first one in a while for Coker. Second of the game for Garrett Kilgore.
Goes to number 5, Deshaun Ormond.
And it's been nearly 14 minutes of game time since Coker last scored. Another face-off win for Page back out there. Steckmiller thought about it, retrieves it, now lines it up, and whistles one by. Smith denied. Pereira hugs the post. And Duncan Smith forces Evan Bachman out of bounds. Sadler a dodge out to Murphy. He fires one by. Now Swick. Little sidewinder of a shot. Another goal for Justin Swick.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 1, Justin Swick. Unassisted goal.
Fifth of the game for Justin Swick. Of 21 face-offs won for Queens. made by Pereira. Off the shot from Fitz. Nearing 7.5 to go, third quarter. Smith spins around a man and bounces it in. Second of the game for Duncan Smith. And a 9-goal lead.
Scored by number 5, Duncan Smith.
Well, Fitz tried the old fake shot, hidden ball trick. No one from Coker biting. Six and a half minutes left in the third. It's been all Queens. Sometimes it just snowballs on you, and that's been the case for Coker after taking a 3-0 lead today. Smith dodges, sidesteps a man, cuts it to the middle, then gets roughed up, and arms up from the officials. It will stay with Queens. Henning is thrown down and flags fly.
Penalty against Coker on number 5, Deshaun Ormond.
And Deshaun Ormond
For pushing.
is given 30 seconds for pushing. Man up goes Queens. They're 0 for 1 today. Easy look for Swick on the doorstep. His 6th goal of the game. And it's a 10-score lead for the first time.
Goal scored by number 1, Justin Swick. Assist goes to number 77, Tommy Da Silva.
And Tommy Da Silva, the assist, his first point of the season. Swick, a freshman now with 6 goals, has tied a career and season high. Had 6 versus Brevard back on March 15th. Pass inside and a shot saved on the doorstep by Pereira. And Coker will take it.
Go, Drew!
Ball scooped up by Drew Flack. He gets whacked at, popped loose. Now a chase for the ground ball taken for a second right in front of the cage by Kilgore, and it's knocked away from him. And Kyle Hornick with it. And to Nathan Coons, and now Drew Flack, Jimmy Haney. More and more Royals seeing minutes. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Shot top shelf scores. It's Drew Flack. The lead 11, 16-5.
Royals goal. Goal scored by number 37, Drew Flack.
Unassisted goal for Drew Flack. He picks up his first point as well, just his 5th appearance on the season. So Swick with 6 leading the charge, and everyone getting involved today. 11-goal lead for Queens, and another win off the face-off, and this time Jonathan Page not even out there. And Jack Bruno joins the party. His 2nd of the year. That was not an easy finish.
Goal scored by number 3, Jack Bruno.
And a rare face-off win for the Cobras. Well, it is a goal. Quick passing, and Garrett Kilgore able to finish for the 3rd time.
Cobras goal. Goal scored by number 3, Garrett Kilgore. Assist goes to number 9, Vinny Magro.
Magro the assist. Is 11th on the year. Leads Coker. Well, with nearly 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter and a decisive lead, I'm not going to say anything is insurmountable. There's obviously upwards of 18 minutes left to play, but this lead would appear so, especially given the avalanche of offensive opportunities for Queens in the last few moments. It's a big bounce back, and I think an important statement for Chris Kivlin's team. Not just to the league, but for his own team's sake. Obviously, Coker, a game you're expected to win when you're in Queens' position. Game you probably should win big, but to come out and do it, especially after falling down 3-0, I think means that much more. And that carom off the head of the goalkeeper. A new one on for Queens, Kyle Hornick. And a shot and a score. And a flag flies at the end of the play. Well, Kyle Hornick just on a couple minutes ago. Third appearance on the year for him. 3 goals against coming in, 1 save.
Assist goes to number
And Thompson picks up the goal. Marsh the assist for Coker. And 1 minute the penalty against Jimmy McGinnis.
Number 51, Jimmy McGinnis. 1 minute for unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness, the description. Well, it's still a 10-score lead. So Coker goes man up. Bounce and a save by Kyle Hornick. His second save of the season. Well, I guess technically his third. The shot off his head counts. Flags fly again. Final minute of the third quarter. Fitz in stride.
Against the Cobras, on number 19, Austin Holgate, 1 minute for slashing.
Austin Holgate picks up 1 minute for slashing. McGinnis's penalty has expired a couple moments ago. So that puts Queens on the man up. Shoulder provided by Swick. Little help from Bonerbo. Down to 9 seconds. That's the end of the third quarter. Queens continues to hold a firm lead. 17-7 the score.
Your score, your Queens Royals 17. Cobras of Coker College, 7.
Oh, that wasn't
to Charlotte. Phil Constantino here with you. Queens leads it. Queens on the verge of a victory, number 7 on the season. Putting ends to the 3-game streak, the losing streak. Well, we apologize for some technical problems on our end, getting it worked out. Things happen when you bring the whole crew out here, when you bring the advanced setup outdoors to the complex. Haven't missed much, still a 17-7 game, just about a minute of game time, that's all. As we look around the league quickly, Lenoir-Rhyne victorious again, 12-7 over Lincoln Memorial. Tusculum takes a 12-7 victory over Mars Hill, and Wingate dominates Brevard 17-4. This is the last of the games to go final when it does. So the teams you'd expect to win have held serve today.
Penalty on Coker 22, Riley Marsh, 1 minute for unnecessary roughness.
All right, and Woe just got missing again. 1 minute against Riley Marsh for unnecessary roughness. The changing of public address announcers mid-game. Well, that wasn't close. Carlson just winded and fired without much hesitation and caromed it off one of the posts on the protective net behind the goal. Had a nice loud ring to it. Now Carlson poking after it. And amidst 5 Royals, a Cobra comes away from the pack with the ball, and it's Charles Stafford. And he scores. 17-8 the score.
Coker goal scored by number 16, Charles Stafford.
I guess Woj had another phone call. Still 13 seconds left on the penalty at the time of the score, and a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Queens.
Penalty against Coker expires moments ago. Now we're back at even strength. I'm not sure if it was a pass or a shot. Marsh was standing right on the edge of the crease, but Orman flips it out of play. Looking around the rest of the league still. 4 goals today for Ben Corrigan of Lenore-Rhyne. 4 for Eric Dickinson in the win over LMU. Four goals for Ben Boyd of Tusculum. Couple of hops. Misses wide right from Bonerbo. Wingate, decisive winner over Brevard. Again, 17-4, the final score there. And Queens scores again. Austin Murphy, 3 goals in that game for Wingate. Tanner Koch with 3. Murphy also had 4 assists. The reigning National Player of the Week, Austin Murphy, picking up where he left off. Also, Sack Player of the Week. Reed Murphy, the goal for Queens, gets it back to a 10-score advantage. 8:41 left to go. And an easy face-off win for Queens to set up the offense. Swick nearly pushed one home. Instead, it's kicked by Gio Rendon to his goalkeeper, Pereira. Swick a couple of fakes, bounces one for Fitz. Skips up on him in between Hop. 8 minutes left. Harris has space. He winds and fires. Tyreek Harris. To 8.
Royals goal scored by number 42, Tyreek Harris.
Well, Reed Murphy a couple moments ago, he scored his 13th goal of the season. And Tyreek Harris marks his second. And 19 goals in a game, a new season high for Queens as a team. And 7:47 showing. Austin Holgate with the miss. Shot and a goal as flags fly. Lucas Hediger scores.
Coker goal scored by number 20, Lucas Hediger. Assisted by number 22, Riley Marsh.
Marsh the assist on the goal. I'll recap some of the scoring for you today, as it's become a lazy afternoon. Everyone in the stand starts leaning back and satisfied with a 10-goal Queens lead. As a timeout. Nope, no timeout, just a change. Okay, players started heading to the benches. Benches started clearing onto the field for quick huddles. I guess that's not the case. Well, 6:58 left to go. 19-9 the score, and Queens sends a man to the penalty area. It's 1 minute against Burke Hill, as Chris Kivlin has basically emptied the bench, allowed everyone to play. Well, Page is called for the rare infraction on the face-off. But Coker did once lead this game 3-0. Believe it or not. Justin Swick leads the way with 5 goals, 1 apiece from Mike Bonerbo, Duncan Smith, Nick Sawyer, Nick Carlson, Griffin Steckmiller, and Laszlo Henning with 2. Duncan Smith also has 2. Eric Fitz with 1. Tyreek Harris with 1. On the other end, 3 for Garrett Kilgore, 2 for Patrick Timothy. Those mostly came early. 47-26 go shots in favor of Queens. 46-22 ground balls as a save is made by Kyle Hornick sliding over. Queens has won 24 of 30 faceoffs. Just another easy day at Dixon Field. They'll move to 5-0 at home. The contrast between home and away games for this team is quite stark. It's kind of beyond belief. As flags fly for the contact provided by Austin Holgate. He was called for one not too long ago. 4 penalties on Coker, 3 on Queens, and a goal is scored by Stephen Swift.
Royals goal scored by number 9, Stephen Swift.
His second goal of the year, second point in his 12th game. They reach 20 for the first time this year.
Penalty on Coker, number 19, Austin Holgate, 1 minute for slashing.
And Holgate gets a minute for slashing on top of the Queens goal. Another easy face-off win. Swick shot never got there. Looking for a new career high. Six goals today for Swick, now 32 on the season. For the all-time leading scorer from Easton High School in Easton, Pennsylvania. Legacy here at Queens. His brother Jeremy played lacrosse as well for the Royals. Former Player of the Year in his region by the Morning Call, prominent newspaper out of the Lehigh Valley, Allentown area. 3-time first-team selection by a local paper, the Express Times. That kind of talent coming in. 2-time first team by the Morning Call as well. Point being, he is a highly decorated player and has delivered as a freshman. Under 3.5 left. Harris sends it wide. Harris again thought about it. Harris gets pummeled, setting a screen, and the shot goes wide. High as well. JT Thompson in the attempt. Feed from Harris and a score from Nick Sawyer. 21-9.
Royals goal scored by number 6, Nick Sawyer. Assisted by number 42, Tariq Harris.
Thompson, had a wide open look. Harris forced out wide. Looking for De Silva and Bellamy, or check that. That's Nathan Coons, crosses the line, goes offside. Kilgore couldn't get his shot off. And everyone trying to join the party for Queens. Tough catch there for Alex Constantinitis. Well, with under 60 seconds left to go, the drought is over for Queens. They'll win it. And the Royals will next face Mount Olive a week from today. Final game of the regular season as Hornick shadows the shot and denies it. A save to cap what is a decisive victory and a much-needed win for Queens. Hornick has done a great job between the cage, or in the cage, I should say. So is Anthony Valenza. And one last goal to seal things off. A season-high scoring output, 22 goals. And they'll win it. Chris Kivlin's squad to 7-6 on the year, as Sonny Smith picks up his second point in his first goal of the season. And Mount Olive should be a good test on Senior Day a week from today. We'll have the broadcast for you at 2 o'clock. Two seconds left, just a formality at this point, as Queens will chase down the ball, enter it back for play, and celebrate a win. Final score, 22-9. The Royals empty the bench in victory. Well, for the whole crew today, great job. That's 2 games. A little tongue-tied. Not the worst thing in the world. Tim Dixon, an excellent job as always. Nate Webb, TJ Spry, and Drew Carlson on the cameras. Great job as always. For the crew, for Felicia Short and the entire staff, the athletic director, Sherry Swarthout. I'm Phil Constantino. We'll talk again soon from Dixon Field at the Queens Sports Complex. Monday, our next broadcast, the women at 4 o'clock versus Lindenwood. The next men's game next Saturday versus Mount Olive at 2 for Senior Day. Join us then. Again, the final score, 22-9. Queens wins it over Coker. Thanks for watching. This has been Queens Men's Lacrosse.